Hello everyone and welcome to the channel, and today's discussion topic is allergens and immunological reactions. So allergens are basically those substances which causes which causes allergy in our body. So these allergens may be pollens, dust, any virus, bacteria, proteins, or it may also be physical agents, and this enters our body through ingestion of food, through inhalation, through contact in case of contact dermatitis. There are many different kinds of allergens like food substances like wheat, egg, these are allergens. Various contaminants, various chemicals, some drugs which also act as allergens, and this leads to allergy in our body. So now we'll discuss the immunological reactions. So immunological reactions or hypersensitive reactions are those reactions which causes various allergic conditions, and various conditions of allergy and autoimmune diseases. These reactions are of 5 types. First one is type 1 or anaphylactic reactions. Type 2 is number 2 is type 2 or cytotoxic reactions. Number 3 is type 3 or antibody mediated reactions. Number 4 is type 4 or delayed or cell mediated reactions, and fifth is type 5 or stimulating or blocking actions. Now type 1 reactions. These are also known as anaphylactic reactions. Anaphylaxis is the term used in case of excessive stimulation. So in case of anaphylaxis, the body gives exaggregated or excessive response to a chemical stimuli or antigen or maybe an allergen to which it is previously sensitized. This is also known as immediate hypersensitivity reactions. Because the allergic reaction takes place immediately or after 2 to 3 minutes after the exposure of the allergen. Mainly IgE or reagenic antibodies are responsible for this kind of type 1 or this kind of allergic reactions. So the mechanism here is that when the body is exposed to allergens or any antigen, it got attached to the IgG antibody and form IgG antibody, and this antibody got attached to the it forms Ig antibody, and it got attached to the mast cells. It got attached to the mast cells and basophils by the surface receptor present on the mast cells and the circulating basophils. Or basophilic cells. So after that, this is the first exposure. After that, when the body is exposed to that same antigen subsequently, then there is reaction between the antigen and the IgE antibody, and which causes degranulation of the mast cells, because the IgE antibody is present in the surface of mast cells, degranulation of mast cells and the basophilic cells, and ultimately there is release of histamine. So histamine is a allergic substance which causes various allergic reactions such as vasodilatation and falling which is responsible for falling blood pressure, and bronchoconstriction which causes difficulty in breathing, and shock may also precipitate. Type 2 is also known as the cytotoxic reactions. This kind of reaction is actually taken place by IgG antibodies. So these antibodies got attached to the surface receptors present on cells, particularly of blood cells, and ultimately destroyed these cells. So this kind of reaction takes place in the hemolytic diseases of the newborn, such as Rh incompatibility and autoimmune hemolytic anemia. Now type 3 also known as antibody mediated reactions. In this case, one more thing is that in case of type 2, there may be sometimes involvement of IgA and IgM antibody. So in case of type 3, the antibodies are produced excessively which are of IgM and IgG type. So these antibodies form complexes with antigens, and they got precipitated and deposited in various localized areas, such as if it got deposited in the joints, it is known as arthritis. If deposited in the heart, known as myocarditis, and if got deposited in the glomerulus of kidney, it is known as glomerulonephritis. Next one is type 4. It is also known as delayed hypersensitivity reactions. This kind of reactions taken place in case of if the body is exposed to any virus, bacteria, or in case of contact dermatitis which occurs due to exposure of chemical or other dust or pollen or any mite kind of substances. So a better example is during transplant rejections, this kind of delayed hypersensitivity takes place, and also if we inject tuberculin to a patient who is previously infected with Mycobacterium tuberculosis. So in their case, delayed hypersensitivity reaction takes place. This test is also known as Montauk's test. One more thing is that in the type 4, there is no involvement of antibody. T lymphocytes T lymphocytes are responsible for the allergic reactions. Now, type 5, it is also known as the stimulatory or blocking reactions. These occur stimulatory reaction in case of Graves' disease, stimulatory, myasthenia gravis, which is blocking reactions. So, we know that normally TSH hormone is responsible for the synthesis and secretion of thyroid hormones. Basically, the TSH hormones got attached to the thyroid receptors and causing synthesis and synthesis and release of the thyroid hormone. One more thing is that there is also thyroid stimulating antibodies, which are also responsible for the production of thyroid hormones, and which causes excessive secretion of thyroid hormones. So, this excessive secretion leads to Graves' disease. In case of myasthenia gravis, there is formation of IgG antibody in the muscle end plate or the neuromuscular junction, and these antibodies actually destroy the nicotinic receptor present there. In case of thyroid or Graves' disease, there is involvement of B lymphocytes, because B lymphocyte causes the production of thyroid stimulating antibodies, and in myasthenia gravis there is involvement of IgG antibody. So, this is all about allergens and immunological reactions, and here I am ending my today's video. See you in my next video, and guys, if you like my videos, please subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching.